Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today we are tanking manure. We had this lagoon agitating all day yesterday, and so now we are actually filling. And I got one load out just to make sure everything was working. We got this 20 acres to cover here first, and then I have VRT maps that I need to follow in a 55 acre field and a 24 acre field. We're gonna get as much done as we can, weather permitting. We got the 4960 on the 6,000 gallon tanker. 4440's up there running the 32 foot lagoon pump. And so we just sit here and watch it fill, and I'm noticing that my gauge is not going up. That's not good. We're flying blind. Alright, watched for the foam splashing up, and then I shut it off. Should go pretty smoothly if it foams like that every time. See if the gauge is still down. Yeah, for some reason that just worked on the last load. Oh, there we go. We're full. That is all I can see, just a little bit of manure there so that you know if you're overlapping, and I am extremely right now. Okay, well, so I had a previous patch that the previous owner put on blew off on this top pipe. So right here, is it this right here? Well, the patch is still there. I'm not sure then. Oh, no, there's a new hole right there. I need to get some rubber and do a hose clamp like they did. Well, I went and got lunch, got clamps because I didn't have any clamps. I cut up a tube because I wanted that thin movable rubber. And we now have a patch, and it is on and should hold because it's identical to that one. That one's even dicier than the one I just put on. But, so the hole is right here. Yes, so this clamp should plug the hole. This clamp's reinforcing around it, and then these two, it's just kind of crusty through here, so if another blow happens, it'll just keep the pressure down up here and keep more flowing out the back. Now, I'm gonna grab my blueberry fig bars, hop back in and head back out. The worst part is getting this pipe over the right spot. I gotta pull ahead a little bit. They could have just made the box a lot longer, but whatever. Jeez, that's really close. I got back up now. Alright, it's perfect now. Yes, yes it is. Alrighty. So alright, we start at a low idle, because when you push air through that pipe, it likes to jump a little bit. There we go, we got some liquid rolling through it. We're gonna rev it up a little bit. That's our like pressure relief valve right there. It's spraying all over the place. There we go, we're full now. This is load number 4. And I pushed this one a little bit. We're a little bit fuller than the last couple have been. Alright, so the patch didn't work. I mean, it worked for most of the load. For some reason, just when I shut off and turned back on to turn around, it really started blowing out. And it seems to be that previous patch too is the main one that's spraying everywhere. So I'm gonna crawl up there again, figure out what I can do, run, grab tools, and see if I can just move some clamps around to get it to hold better. Well, this is gonna be load number 7 coming up, and we blew another hole in the pipe. Oh, goodness. I'm not patching it right now. It's getting too late in the day, and we can just run with it. The manure's still getting on the field, so I'll go and get more clamps tomorrow, right away in the morning, and get her patched up some more. Man, this is ridiculous. We may end up ordering that pipe anyway because we plan on selling that tanker. We don't want to sell it in bad condition, but we'll see what Dad says. just finished our 10th load. I would say we're just over halfway done with this 20 acres, so it'll be about a load an acre, I think. You can see, maybe you guys can't see, but I can see the water line, or the manure line on that pipe where the water was. It's definitely dropped about, I don't know, 2 inches, 3 inches. So we're getting somewhere. You can see all that stuff now. You couldn't see that before. Alright, we are now filling load number 5, 10, 15, 17. And looking back here, you can see a line. That's where the water stops. So that's solids from there to about there to that line. So it's water over on the other side where I agitated yesterday. It's water over here where I started agitating. When was that? Was that today? Yeah, that was today. So what I really need to do is I need to get the agitator up over there and sink it in there and blow it all this way. That's going to be difficult because that bank is not as deep as this one. The tractor sits downhill, and we don't want that because then the tractor won't be able to pull oil and you'll end up blowing the engine up. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do here. I will probably sink it in the corner. I don't want to have this agitator out of the lagoon overnight because I did last night and it froze. And so it took a lot of chipping of frozen manure out of the impeller to get it freed up this morning. So I will probably pull out, fuel up, come back, and sink it in that corner. And then, I don't know, I might agitate some tonight, but I'm going to finish this field for sure before I do any of that. Alright, I've decided to not go any farther so that I don't suck down all the water at once. I'm going to pull this out, go fuel up, and then come back, set it in somewhere over there off of that bank. I walked that's all firm, so I can back up right to the berm, right up to the end of the bank, and I can walk out on that to run my controls. So, we're going to do that real quick. Just got to lift up the chassis. Give a second, slow. And then we get over here, lift this pipe up over this. Should have done it while it was down. And we put it right there. That way I don't clip it with my dual. There we go, we're out. Now for the fun part, we gotta go down. Woo! 50-degree slopes with a 4440 and a agitator pump. Always a fun way to end the day. Now we go all the way around the other side of the lagoon, and then there's a little 2-track that goes up to the shop. Alright, you can see we were parked over there. Now we're right here, a little bit closer to the solids here. I have to change my diverter back to agitate and not send in liquid through the pipe. There we go. And then we're gonna go down with it. Not too far because we still gotta start it up. That might not be a good spot for it. We'll just leave it right there, I guess. It's a little uneven, probably from pulling over there. It probably hoppers that way, so. So I don't know if I showed the end of that, but it's got like a big fan on it that stirs, and then it's also got a big suction what do you call it? I said the word earlier. I don't know. It pulls stuff up and then sends it out the nozzle. So now we're just gonna start at the edge of that where it's solids and just try and break it up. Try and get it washed in towards the agitator. I'm just gonna stay out here with this, keep the nozzle moving around, get stuff broke up, and then tomorrow morning we'll pull this out and put it right back over here and get right back to tanking. We got about 4 acres left in this field, and then however much we can get done after that. Well guys, it's a beautiful morning. I have the agitator running. You can see the manure soaring over. So last night I moved it down a little bit, kept it in the water, and then blasted as much as I could over to the left there. And I'll just show you guys just a sec. So I ended up coming in like right there into the water, because that was all solids over there. So if I sunk it, and I'm getting misted really bad, if I sunk it down in there, it wouldn't have done anything because it's all solids. It was a brick basically. So I came in here and just blasted it with water for about 3 hours last night. Just blasted it until I couldn't see it anymore. And so now I moved down and backed in right in the middle where that brick was. And so now it's agitating. That fan is doing its work on the, that prop is doing its work on the end of the agitator. And now what I'm doing is I'm blowing everything I can over here so that when I dip in here, I got a good solid amount to pump. Because I don't know if just agitating over there will actually let me suck anything out over here. And I don't really want to move my load out pipe. But right now we are going to get this patchwork done. We have one really bad hole and one not so bad hole, and I only have enough clamps. The parts store only had enough clamps for one patch. They had 2 clamps, so I am going to patch the worst hole, and hopefully the other one won't get bigger throughout the day. Show you guys my fab work, holding up perfectly. Might have blown a little bit of the tar out, but it's holding up. And the tank's nice and clean. Ooh, ooh. A little bit of sediment right there. That looks like sand, but that's all right. So the hole is, it's a pretty simple job patching these holes up. It's right here. And it actually was getting better last night because of the amount of hay that's caught in it now. There's a hole right there. You can see it because the hay is sticking out of the pipe right there. And then there's a hole all the way back here. Right. Oh, maybe that's not it. There's a hole, oh, right there. Right there. And that one I'm not going to be able to do anything about today. Alright, there's the patch done. Rubber. I can feel a new hole starting right there. So that'll be blown out by the first or second load probably, but it's not going to be near as big as the other one was. You can see where the rust ends and the paint's bubbled, so this bad spot in the pipe is pretty much 100% patches at this point. So yeah, that part's really bad for some reason, but we'll have to get another piece of rubber probably and do some more clamping, but we'll be alright for now, I guess. Well, you guys might remember in a previous video where I said the oil cooler and radiator had to be power washed in this tractor. I might have forgotten about that, and the tractor's overheated and it's blowing up, cooling out the overflow. So we're going to pull out now. We're still in the middle here. Pull out, go power wash power wash the radiator and oil cooler, and then top it off with coolant, and then we'll come back out here and set up over there. We are filling load number 1 for today. I let it agitate over here for a little bit just to let it stir things up a bit. If we see a big brick of solid somewhere, we'll pull out, go agitate it, and then come back and start hauling again. Hopefully we can go the whole day before we see something like that, but you know, we'll see what happens. Alright, well, we're full. Got my passenger in here that probably wants to go to the tractor. You wanna come out? We have way better color on those loads today after we did that little agitation, so I'm happy now. We can keep going and hopefully we don't run out right away. We are done with this 20 acres, so now I'm gonna start going down the road to the next field, which is 24. So I gotta cut across this field, which sucks, but right straight that way is the driveway. Go out around the block and go that way. I'll just end up chisel plowing that strip, and I'm gonna chisel plow this back headland because that's where I did all my driving. But that's just what we gotta do. I'm gonna get this filled up and then head up to the barns because I got somebody coming to buy hay, so I gotta be up there in a little bit. And for anybody wondering, we are on load 23. This is the 23rd load being loaded now. I loaded a partial just to finish this field and I didn't count that one, so this is load 23. We're on load 26 now, total, not for the day. We are not tanking on that 24 that I was talking about. It's just too far off the road. The lane's in too bad a shape. So we are going to the next driveway down and doing 6 acres that we're going to be putting into hay this year. So just getting some fertility on that so that it'll last a little longer. Probably halfway done with that now. Once that's done, we're gonna change tactics because you can see this, there's a big brick of solids right here next to us. So we will unhook, start agitating, blow a spot over there for us to drop into, and then let that agitate, and then I will probably go get something to eat. Those solids go all the way across though, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work out. So we got to where we were just about at pretty much just dirty water again. That 6 acres isn't done, but I feel more comfortable knowing that I'm taking manure out when I'm running. So agitating, moved down a little bit, got a bunch of stuff busted up, floating around. So it's just gonna sit there. It's shooting out at what's like an island, but it's not an island. It's just really hard manure out in the middle. So it's kind of busting that up a little bit. So we're gonna leave, go eat lunch, even though it's 3:30. It's almost, whatever. We're gonna go eat lunch and then come back and see what it's looking like. Maybe play around with the nozzle a little more, and then hook back up and start hauling again today, I think. So today's now Monday. I hauled all day Saturday, which I think you guys saw. I hauled for about half the day yesterday after church, and then I came back today around 7:30, got the agitator going and started hauling. I got 2 loads out and we ended up busting a dual off the tractor. So we're gonna call it because I was a couple loads away from being done anyway. So we are gonna go rescue that. It's down at the field by the road, and then we will get everything tidied up, and I gotta get those berms dug out before tomorrow. So we got the agitator up here. That's gotta get power washed off, get ready to sell. Dad's over at the shop getting the tools we need. So for any of you wondering, if you're doing a lot of road travel with a tractor, keep an eye on your dual lugs because they loosen up.
Take me off. Let me just flop back.
look at that nasty thing. Well, we got lucky here. We didn't break any bolts off in the hub. So we're gonna try and run bolts all the way through and put nuts on the back end, and that'll work for now. Eventually we will have to replace this hub, but for now that is what we're gonna do to get us through. I don't know if that's supposed to be loose. I don't know if that's one of the extractor bolts or the hold-in bolts. I think that's a hold-in bolt. Oh, it's got a nut on the back. Okay, we're good. But we're gonna get that fixed. For now, we're gonna get everything washed up. Got that. That's got a lot of crud on it. This is just dirty. Not too bad. I'm gonna do that though, and you guys, hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of drama here towards the end. Oh, we do have that rim. It's already got oblong holes because we have spun that dual before. So it's loosened up on us and spun and caused a little bit of damage, but we're gonna roll with it. We got a ring with good holes that we had on it with the bolts going through it. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.